member on our website, overtake.gg.
Premium members enjoy extra benefits such as an ad-free browsing experience, special community deals, discounts, and Overtake Turbo, which provides setups, coaching, and one free esports setup per month powered by Track Titan.
Another cool feature are community reviews, so you can have a chance to contribute and share your opinion on not yet released hardware or games.
Join as a premium member on overtake.gg for just €1 a month.
Hey everyone, how are we doing? Good afternoon. I just quickly have to restart the poll because I made a little mistake. I basically asked yes, no, yes PC, no console. So now I put it up again. Just interested in how everyone's playing PMR. How are you guys? I'm just about to join my very first race in GT4 class. It starts in 2 minutes actually. So let's jump in game here already. So this is the car selection screen. Hope audio and everything is okay. Hope you can see me. Hope you can hear me. Great. Yeah, we're jumping into PMR 2.0. I would highly advise you to watch the video first that we had today on the channel, in case you haven't seen that, because this is basically a continuation of the storyline of that video, kinda. But it's an independent multiplayer impression anyway, so yeah, I'm going Supra. There's no question even, because it's the only game where we can drive this wonderful car, and it's built basically around the corner in Cologne, Marsdorf. So, oh, 18 people registered. That looks good. I was hoping for a bit of participation. I only really did one test race today in the Mazda MX-5 and a few tests with a GT3 class. So there is a bunch of ranked races, all multi-platforms, so console players versus PC. It looks pretty promising, actually. We just have to see how stable it is. When I tried GT3 2 times today, it didn't work. I got a disconnect because I entered the setup screen of the car, maybe. We'll have to find out. It's day 1 of a new update. Servers, I don't know. There could be hiccups, so let's just see. Yeah. But I'm looking forward. Like, the combinations we have here today look pretty fun. It's no surprise, Spa GT3, the all-time classic. It's the Imola / San Marino with the GT4s, and we have Porsche Cup on Silverstone Short or Northampton. They have some unlicensed tracks still. And MX-5 Cup on Sebring, the short variant as well. So the combinations are quite fun and short-paced, I hope. Even though 12 laps in GT4 are quite long, so let's see. It's about to start. I hope it will run well, and it's stable and everything. Hello Peshbot, hello Roadhog. Good to see some familiar names. Bassenmann. Oh, the cars feel better, probably better than Pretty Cars 2. So some time went down the river some water went down the river since Project Cars 2, I guess. The way they address certain physics of the car and how it feels with modern direct drives. I mean, almost none of us really played Project Cars 2 with a direct drive back then, so maybe the memory is a little bit... But, yeah, maybe I have to try again Project Cars 2. Have I ever tried it with a direct drive? I don't think so. I drove it with my Thrustmaster... what was my Thrustmaster wheel back then for Project Cars? It was all the T names for Thrustmaster, but it was the TSPC Racer. This one, yeah, good memories. It was a great wheel. Would still recommend it. Okay, starting session. As ACC play on PS5, is it worth to try PMR? Depending on what you want from a game like this, like if you want to step into a career mode. That's probably Project Motor Racing has to offer a bit more in that regard. If you're looking for the online racing, we're about to find out. Okay, let's just straight jump. Oh wow, this is a full lobby. And you see all the icons of people that are on consoles and PC and everything. So multi-platform. Let's just jump into this. 32 players indeed. Oh my goodness me. And I can at least drive. So this is my Supra. And I found a nice feature already that I really love. I didn't know that I love it so much because I mapped my lower shift pedals to look left and right. And they actually work as an axis. So I can do this, like looking into the mirror. This is actually super cool. Not many other sims support that with this kind of axis that you have here. So I can freely look left and right, which is super cool. That doesn't make up for the lack of triple screens, obviously, but it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, Thrustmaster TX. I had the Thrustmaster TX as well. I had my first ever wheel was, I think, the Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 Italia. Then came the TX, and I also had a G27 in between. So I tried all sorts of different steering wheels. Okay, yeah, it's so cool to drive Supra. Here it is, Supra GT4 Evo. A car that is also running on NLS in Nordschleife, for example. I don't really have the muscle memory yet for Imola in this car, but we will get our head around it. Yeah, an absolute classic wheel, Logitech. Yeah, so Imola, the worst thing are really the track limits, at least when I tested for the video in the hypercars. It was horrendous. So I have to be very careful in extending the track limits and... Okay, brake a little earlier next lap. There we go. First flying lap. We have 10 minutes qualifying and then an 18 lap race. So we are really collecting our very first points. So 45% of you have not played, or are not playing. Ooh, okay. Project Motor Racing. That was cooking tires for excellence. Well, it's still kind of okay-ish. Like the tire temps are a bit weird when you go through the... What's happening with the tire temp graphs? Looks a bit off. It's like jumping in between. But the tires, if the tire graphic is correct, they are still quite cold, so even though we have TC, we have to be a bit careful until they are heated up. Do we still have 6 minutes? Yeah, Imola, I like it, really. It's a great track. But especially this sector here is also kind of tricky. Oh yeah, so the gravel and grass really pulls the car out of track, or into it basically. Yeah, the performance is the worst. Like, I guess if it would run as stable as the others, like LMU, AMS2, etc., like every sim is running better on my system than this. If it only would run as good as those, I would have maybe double the fun. But still feels a bit stuttery, a bit laggy, a bit, I don't know. I mean, you see the FPS on the top left, it's running at stable 80 to 90 on this track at least. And it seems like in multiplayer, as your CPU does not have to render all the car's physics, like they are not hosting the physics of the AI driver, so to speak, on your PC, it's taking less of a toll for this CPU bottleneck this game still has. But you see a bit of more insights towards this CPU bottleneck and my specific issues with the game in today's video. Okay, it's time for first somewhat usable lap. So I'm really focusing to not run into the track limits now. But it's actually quite cool to finally raise some console folks as well here. When do you get this opportunity, kinda? It's only really Rennsport and PMR. Sadly, the two games that still have their problems, kinda, so... So here, like this left-hander is very strict with the track, a little bit too strict. Yeah, as much as I love AMS2, it does not offer cross-play ranked racing for free. So you can run LFM, of course, and lobbies and stuff. I actually wonder if these ranked lobbies are then client-based. If the game kind of picks the... Oh, there's a little traffic. If the game picks... We have a valid lap time, that's good. Whether it is hosted kind of by PMR servers. That would be insane, actually. Okay, 5 out of 35, that's good. Let's try another one. Ooh. So I wonder about netcode and all of that. How close the racing can be with this system that they have in place. Yeah, peer-to-peer. It's not a dedicated ranked server. That's what I also saw, like it says in the lobby pre-screen kind of client. Actually, the gearing in the Supra is quite short. Let's look back. There's our Supra brother. Just a little bit of traffic here, but Delta looks good. And also let me know if the game could be a bit louder, if you want to hear more engine. Dude, I don't want to lose my good lap. What I also already found is that PMR favors if you are not 100% braking, like don't brake fully into the ABS. It's more effective to brake like, I don't know, maybe hit 100% for a short amount and then start trail braking, like go to 80 and 90. What I also wonder about is, I remember PMR had a similar force feedback effect under ABS as Limo Ultimate in one of the earlier builds, but this is for me at least completely gone. So, quite interesting. Better lap time, but not really in positions. There's still a lot of time to find. Yeah, light braking early on the throttle, exactly. we have a... Oh, yeah, okay, he lost it. But so far, I was about to say, hey, we have a good dance here with this other Supra driver. But it just ended shortly before the qualifying ended. Yeah, return to pits and just wait for the race start now. Well, standings. We are in 8th. Not too bad. But I would say there was a good 1.5 or 2 seconds that I could still have found. Yeah, 12 lap race. So what was the... I'm so afraid of going to the vehicle setup actually. Because I had this bad experience once where it dropped me from the session when I did that. So I will probably just drive with a full tank of fuel. Yeah, yeah, we can see the amount of console versus PC. It's just console players everywhere. There's just me, Voidal, and one other guy. Yeah, I would say, okay, I would say it's like maybe 20% PC users and the rest is console. Would be cool to see what console they're on. We probably won't gonna see it, but I love the variety in the GT4 class. There's also this Nissan Z, Alpine, BMW. We see AMG here in the back, so that looks quite nice. Calling it 2.0. I don't know if it was a clever move, because people are not stupid. And that was my verdict pretty much as well. Like, this is too much of a title for this update. Not sure if I would call that even 1.0, to be honest. Because there's still so much stuff missing, like for real. You can't pick even a custom starting position in single player if you run a race weekend. This is the most basic thing ever. There's only a standing start would be great. There's only standing starts right now. There's no photo mode. There's just so much stuff missing. In the career mode, you can still... You can't see when you register for a championship. You can't see what tracks are in this championship before you actually register. So there's just so many things missing here and there. And then the performance for especially users with mid-range or low end to mid-range CPUs is just, yeah, not so well optimized yet. But we know that they are working on it. But I would have gone out with this update and called it 2.0 when it's in better state in general. Okay, let's see. So these must be the Project Motor Racing drivers that are around for a longer time. But actually good variety here. Audi as well. Let's see. 12 laps. I don't think there will be a pit stop. Probably not, no. Yeah, it's always a thin line of market it and actually deliver stuff. But it's just good to see that they are, in general, still around and still pushing updates for the game. So this is so nice that I can just look to the left now and to the back. Let's see, can we also... This camera? That also works. That's quite nice, actually. Yes, like as a still shot, I think that looks also pretty good, graphic-wise. Yeah, so now the question, how do we ideally start the race? Like, I have the clutch mapped. You can see the inputs, by the way, on the lower left. So this is my clutch, this is my throttle, this is my brake. So I will probably press the clutch and get into first gear once the lights go out. What is the difference between update 2.0 and PMR 2.0? Yeah, but I get the idea. Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah, many people will not be amused still. Okay, let's get going. This will end in a crash 100%. Just saying. Okay, that was not too shabby. So hard and in a crash. Let's just not be the one causing it. Oh no! Nice. I told you. It's horrible. Yeah, well, then it's just trying to keep up again. There's still some cars actually to race against, so fine. Okay, we can still see a lot of cars in the distance. Let's just improve our pace and get closer to the rest. Yeah, classic online lobby in a somewhat new game, or that started a new... I don't know if they made a full reset on everything. I guess so. It would be a complete... Hello. I'm here. It would be a complete vibe, probably, of the online progress. Oh, this is quite dangerous how the car drags you into the gravel pit. Handling is quite good, actually. The car feels somewhat natural. Okay, there's a track limit investigation. Let's hope we don't... Someone has a plus 15 already. Okay, no further action. That's good. I wonder if third gear is sufficient here or second gear. Oh, we will get a car from the left. He just completely cut the chicane. Oh no. The blue Cayman is dangerous. Oh, oh! Oh my goodness me. But you know what? Somehow it's really refreshing to that everything is not so serious and it's full of newbies. It's quite nice. Okay, now the blue Cayman got a +1 for completely cutting the chicane. Interesting. So he did not slow down. Now he spun. Okay, at least this dangerous blue Cayman is out of the way. Woo. Yeah, no, the car's handling is very enjoyable, actually. You can really react to the car oversteering and... It's really nice to go on throttle early in the tight corners. So the car starts to rotate a little bit. It's very playful driving this. Only 20 seconds to the leaders. Would have expected worse. Yeah, it's very short gear ratio, so probably I'll just keep it in third gear mostly. This is ranked, yes, it's ranked indeed. But they seem to have adjusted the fuel to make it fit the race length, which is quite nice actually, so people are not overwhelmed by all the setup options immediately. Yeah, so third gear is definitely the best choice here. I wonder if I should try to experiment with the TC a little bit. Yeah, but let's first settle. Oh, the Nissan. Oh, we have to try the Nissan Z next time. Yeah, I just have to find an opportunity to overtake this BMW safely. Maybe we have a better exit. Not really. I'm not a developer, no. So, Oh shit, yeah. This guy behind us was not so patient. Like, I really didn't want to crash someone, but the guy behind just don't care. He just bided his way through. Ah. But we have to find a way to get past this BMW. We are clearly the faster car. Maybe I'll try on the inside downhill here. If he's like braking cautiously again. He's also far on the inside now. But now we got him. Oh, only 4 laps done. Can we make it to the top 10? He's coming. That's good racing. Nice. That's cool. Oh, what is he doing? Just completely slammed the brakes suddenly. It felt like driving against AI. But you can clearly tell that this is not an AI race. Okay, another position gained. But after we are passing this orange Supra, there will be 8 seconds of Nirvana. Oh, Wreckfest 2, good that you wrote that, because I desperately have to try Wreckfest 2 again. I only hear so many good things about it. We should get rid of this guy as soon as possible. I mean, not by crashing him out of the way, but in overtaking him. Uh-oh. Let's hope he's not upset. But not too bad, actually. I would say it's not a given that you can have such an 32-player online race on the first day, and that even with cross-platform. I was really curious if the online racing could be one of the keys for Project Motor Racing to succeed somehow, also within the PC community. Because at the end of the day, the huge advantage here is it's all in the game. You don't have to go to an external website. You don't have to pay extra monthly. Yeah, triple screen would be nice, but at this point, with how the performance of the game is, it probably wouldn't make too much sense. Same like with AC Evo, where it technically has triples, but I can't really use it and extract some proper FPS out of it. Okay, there was an investigation. Actually, this guy is not too slow. So he has, in some sectors, even a little advantage over us currently. Okay, the next guy is already there, so we can definitely make it to the top 10 if we stay safe. Ah yeah, LMU is also coming to consoles at some point. Maybe, I don't know if this year, but I think more like in 2027. I think this year is the focus in LMU is more on the career mode. and probably the 2026 content, and then the next big step would be probably the console. But I could imagine that they are also working on the console version in parallel. At least started the implementation. The same with Automobilista 2, I guess. They first want to really finish the foundation and bring career mode also, and then maybe start porting it over to console. Okay, 4 seconds to the blue Alpine. Not too easy to position the car here. Okay, we're getting closer to others. Yeah, I think 2027 is indeed the plan. Yeah, I mean, but this right now with triples and fluid 100 FPS, I would already be pretty happy. But that's probably still a long way to go. But hey, if this is like a stable online racing experience with proper matchmaking, yeah, we're about to find out after the race, like how does the system look like. I wonder if they got rid of this introductory race where you had to have a certain lap time on, I think it was Lime Rock Park in the Mazda. I don't know if that's gone. I haven't seen it when I booted up PMR, but I already finished it in version 1.0, so I don't know if that is still a thing. This is also third gear. Wow. How is this car so short enduring? Okay. Are we up? Top 10 already. Nice. I just love GT4 racing as well. For me, GT4 is basically the new DTM or touring cars because they are more close to the factory. It's close combat racing, so this is basically what DTM was mid-90s. Production cars pimped for racing and yeah, close to factory really. They have their respective engines. There are a lot of different concepts in terms of the weight. Like this Alpine, for example, this is just a 2-liter, no, a 1.8 liter 4-banger, but the car only weighs 1.1 tons or maybe 1,000 kilograms, while the Supra that we are driving is 1,390 or something. So the Alpine can brake way later, has a completely different balance due to the mid-engine, and the Supra is front-engine inline 6. You all know the BMW crafted B58 engine. Yeah, I think in this configuration about 400 something, 450 HP. So more power, but also more weight than this little Alpine. Is that a Supra? Yeah. Yeah, I still remember. I mean, we were the very first to be invited to the unveiling of Project Motor Racing. This was in Silverstone, like 2 years ago, or 1.5 years ago, like summer of 2024. We visited Silverstone to have the interview with Ian Bell and everything. Like back then, it was a super nice event. Actually, it was like a track day on Silverstone, and I still remember Ian Bell saying that they will not ship a product without VR. That didn't age too well, certainly. Yeah, just for context, I'm on a AMD Ryzen 5800 X3D CPU with a 4080 Super and I think 48 gigabytes of RAM. And the graphics right now are on Ultra. I just toned down the distance draw, the draw distance to 100% instead of 125. This will be hairy. I'm going to risk this now. Oh, Alpine is in the grass. I like the gravel and grass physics. It really slows you down a lot in the gravel pit. Oh, another car. I just still can't believe that we get away with third gear here better than with second. Yeah, it's on the channel even. It's on tape, on the record. If you look for our very first Project Motor Racing unveiling video back then, we had an interview also with the Giants software CEO, like the publisher. He talked a lot about the modding, and that modding is an integral part of Farming Sim, the publisher's game that the engine also is based on, like the Giants graphics framework. Like this Audi little bump. Oh, why is he... Oh, I don't know what happened to him. He just suddenly stopped driving. We are in 8th. Wow. That Supra is really good. It's very, very natural driving. Can recommend. 9 out of 10. Yeah, we had an interview back then with Ian Bell. How does this little Alpine have so much top speed? No, I was too late, but I kind of made him copy my mistake. That's quite interesting. He just braked way too late as well. I mean, his Alpine should be capable of braking a little bit later, but yeah, PSVR 2 really suffers, right? I mean, I'd say this Horizon and like the game Horizon Forbidden West, or Horizon VR, I think it was called, and Gran Turismo and some other smaller titles. I remember I used PSVR 2 to kind of get used to VR, and I played this little pedal boat simulator. In VR, that was quite cool, but yeah, not a lot of follow-up. Is Half-Life Alyx even on the PlayStation 5? Or is that Steam exclusive? No, Ian Bell is real. He's actually real. And he also owns a steakhouse, by the way, in Munich. So gaming is not his only business, apparently. The steakhouse has a really good score on Google, so it seems to be of quality. I think it's really called Bell's Steakhouse. You can look it up. Yeah, so I mean, PSVR depends on what you're playing probably, or what kind of games you expected from it. If you found your 2-3 games that you love there, like for example Gran Turismo is perfect, right? Okay, penultimate lap. Kinda survived without hitting all the track limits, that's a good thing. So my limited experience already helped here. By the way, guys, don't forget to also like the stream if you enjoy what we're doing. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So huge thanks for everyone who's pulling that like button. Or hitting that like button, not pulling. Like if you would pull the like button, your monitor would be in danger. Oh, track limits. Yeah, this is very strict. That's why the Audi probably also slowed down. He probably got an option to give back the time and therefore braked heavily. But I would usually, if I get this like 2-second penalty that I can give back, I wouldn't panic actually. I would just brake a little bit earlier, just the car roll into the corners and stuff. So it's only these two guys that we can still take, but this final lap probably we will not get any closer. But all the pitch and yaw moments and body roll in conjunction with the tire feel is really, really good. Drives absolutely natural. They updated GT4s and GT3s in 1.6 and 1.7. So the tire model got a complete rework, and it's a night and day difference. I remember I was so upset about the GT4s in the initial release. They were so weird and strange to handle. Also the Porsche Cup was even worse, and we will also drive the Porsche Cup today in multiplayer and see how that works. But that for me is currently the best car. Oh, are we getting a bit closer even here? Oh my goodness me. There's a good chance. I wonder what the top runners had in terms of the lap times. One shot, one opportunity. Yes! Don't! Leave me the space, please, BMW. But this is not our opponent. This is the AMG, but we are in 7th. Last second made it to 7th place, nice. Okay, what was the best lap time? We had a 151.2, leader got a 149. Holy moly. That's quick. The others were also in the same area, kinda. Nice. Considering what happened at the start, it's not a bad outcome. Yeah, the game is also crashing on PC. I had a crash when I tested this earlier in the GT3 lobby in multiplayer. Yeah, let's go for the next race. What is a bit silly though in multiplayer that you have to wait now for this car to drive back to the pits, it seems. So all the buttons are gray, so I can't just leave now and go for the next one. You have to stay here. Like, even pressing escape doesn't do anything. It's just running forever. So that's something that they definitely have to change, I'd say, because this is not very nice for the gameplay flow of it. Like, I want to immediately go back to the menu, start the next race. I just don't care what the others are finishing the race and whatnot. Burgercat says he played for 30 hours so far on PS5, not a single crash. Well, I mean, probably depends also what you do in the game, what car, yeah, if you're running multiplayer and whatnot, so. I can say that I had a few crashes with 2.0 or since 2.0. What does our poll say, by the way? 60% are not playing PMR, so you are all interested in seeing how the game performs now, right? And then it's pretty mixed between PC and console. 21% on You can still vote, by the way. 200 people already voted. Interesting. Okay, we can finally finish this this thing here. Open lobbies crash a lot? Okay. Yeah, do you have any other questions? Like if you see PMR maybe for the first time, or you want to know specific things, just let me know. I'm reading your comments, especially when we're not racing. Okay. Yeah, I think 7th place. Okay, I could have saved the replay now, but I didn't. Okay, the next one starts in 4 minutes. Should we go? You can decide, guys. Should we go GT3 on Spa, 7 laps, or Porsche Cup on Northampton / Silverstone? We can still decide. Like in 4 minutes, the next one starts. Actually, quite nice that you have an option to keep racing. Wonder when the next GT4. So the next GT4 Cup is in 40 minutes, but that's all the combinations that we have right now. It's cool to see, and your rating is also defined per class. So it seems like it has not yet calculated my result for GT4, but in MX5 Cup I already finished 1 race, and it puts me into, it gave me 38 points, but it says also you must enter at least 2 events per round to score championship points. So I guess it defines the rank or the division. I can quickly get my camera out of the way so you can see the top right. So this is the division. I'm in Division 5 because I haven't done anything yet, as you can see. Let's see if we have a GT4 result yet. No, not yet. It's GT4. Actually, no, it didn't calculate the result yet. Probably have to wait a little bit for that. Porsche Cup, Porsche Cup. Okay, you want Porsche Cup? We do Porsche Cup. Then let's register here. But yeah, the mix looks quite cool. And what I can also show you is here in this multiplayer hub. So this is the main menu. Then you go multiplayer. And then there's also social races where you can, without any ranking impact, you can just race some of the, all the same combinations that you can run in ranked. Without any implication on your driver rating and whatnot. So that's quite nice. It looks like the same combinations that you have in ranked. Then you can go custom lobby and ranked. I don't know what blocked users is and why that is existent, but I have no idea. But yeah, in ranked, okay, let's register for the Porsche. 6 laps in Northampton. So here it is. Flat 6. I wish they would show me the power also in metric horsepower. It's only kWs, kilowatts. I mean, that's fine, but I wish for the metric folks they would also have PS. I think it's 510, or maybe it's less. Maybe it's just 500, right? 375? No, it should be 510, 520 or something. Okay, let's look for a good livery. Let's just choose something very bright because people need to see us. They need to see us in the rearview mirror. Let's go yellow. I think that's a good idea. That's a pro tip for beginners races or new kind of games and series where there's still a little of chaos. Go for the super bright, colorful livery so people can see you. Don't go for the gray car. Okay. 5 people only registered. That's not a lot this time. 6. Getting there. Yeah, so this last one with a full lobby was quite cool. But participation on the PC still looks not too incredible. Let's actually check Steam charts if we can see the actual player numbers now on Steam for PMR. Project Motor Racing. Oh, actually, 291 players. That's an absolute peak for the last few weeks. So they peaked at 2,000 at the release, but since then it's a new record, and it's only early in the day, especially for the American folks. So yeah, people who bought it now trying it obviously to see if it got any better. Well, it's good to see. Yeah, probably everyone's testing for themselves, not really jumping into the multiplayer already. So I hope we get a few more. Let's get 10. We still have 20 seconds left. Let's get 10. Yeah, it's crossplay. Yeah, which is cool. I like that. My name sounds familiar. You mean my name? Don't know. Yeah, I like in these social races, I would also expect some more trouble even. And when we just saw it, it didn't look too populated either. There were not a lot of people going social racing. More people were going ranked, which is interesting. Because you sometimes get the impression that there's also a casual crowd. Okay, Northampton. Yeah, Porsche Cup, super nice. This track, tricky though. Even though it's very short and a classic one, I think it's still quite tricky. Light clouds, track temp, 28. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's just get going. But so far I like the flow and the fast-paced action, like jumping into the next one immediately is good. But you have an option to race. Oh. Oh, yeah, it happened. It happened, yeah. Shit. I can still drive though. But I can't shift. I can drive, but I can't shift. But everyone else is also rolling out. So that's the session, I guess. Yeah, that's not so nice. I was hopeful a little bit after it went so well with the GT4, but apparently this race has a little problem. So then let's go MX5 Sprint Series on Sebring School Circuit. Let me go back into single player actually. So 8 minutes it said. So 18:24 kinda. Then I go into the single player quickly and get a little practice with this combo. Okay. What I find interesting, by the way, is that they already have the GT500 pack is already in the game. So it's not in the it's in the menus, but it's only releasing on the 31st of March. But it's already in the game and you can already buy it. But it's a bit. I wouldn't do that probably if there's content that is not yet in the game. I wouldn't show it here already in the menus somehow. But yeah, I guess. So let's see. Like, what do we have in GT500 here? This Supra from 2022, 2021, GTR. Sonic, so it's more like the 2022. This is, by the way, guys, old GTM, old DTM. It's Group 1 cars. It was supposed to be a championship where Super GT 500 and DTM go on events together, and I think there were only 1 or 2 events where they actually raced together. I think that was the big plan back then between GT500 and DTM to race together more. And have international class 1 racing. But actually quite cool. Like, I like this pack. Weren't there also supposed to be some classic GT500 cars? Maybe I got that wrong, but no, it's probably a cool pack, but yeah, I don't know how many people will be willing to pay extra DLC already and buy a 60 euro game that is still clearly not where it should be. Okay, Sebring International, but it's this this variant, I think. The club circuit, or is it this one? I think it's this one actually. Yeah, that's true. Even for me on a single screen, it's not where it should be. If they keep developing like this, I'd say in maybe a few months' time, like probably for the towards the end of 2026, I could see this game in a state where it could be recommendable at some point, but. To achieve that, the AI has to get miles better, the performance has to get miles better, and we need a few extra features at least. Give us some rolling starts. Yeah, the AI is, I think, for single player users the worst part. Let's see how the MX-5 now performs here. This is an AI practice. I still have 5 minutes and I have to go back to multiplayer. Yeah, seven options is really good for daily racing, I agree. It's a good variety also of the old classes, beginner classes like MX-5 and GT4. Ah, okay, this is cool here. Yeah, the MX-5 was also completely reworked for 2.0. Yeah, you can catch the slide pretty well now. The sound is also improved, right? I remember it was a bit annoying. Hey, Mr. Compiri. How are you? All good? Yeah, they are clearly working on stuff. They are aware of the things that are missing, and we had this like 1-hour interview with Kevin Boland, the chief developer of Project Motor Racing, just two weeks ago. And he admitted a lot of the stuff that is being worked on and that is not ideal. And he was quite open and quite honest about the development path that they are taking now. And I think he mentioned that one of his main projects is really working on this CPU utilization issue with this engine, and that he already found something that he's right now testing. And this is a tricky corner, like the connection here to the circuit, this shortcut part, will be quite tricky. We can also compare the FPS then, AI versus multiplayer. It's now 86, but it feels slower actually. But it's 80, 77. I think in the start-finish straight it's a little bit less. I mean, yeah, GT7 and PMR are very different. Very different. I think the amount of content just and a lot of detail and the amount of road cars and all of that is crazy in Gran Turismo. It's hard for any studio to keep up with that amount of content, and yeah. If I were a PlayStation only driver and I just had a PlayStation rig here at home, I would probably also have GT7 as my main game. But it wouldn't hurt to have both, yeah? So if Project Motor Racing is in a better state at some point and you just want to enjoy some nice historic racing with a little bit of more of a sim racing focus, because I think the physics and how the cars drive is clearly more towards what you would call core sim racing, whereas Gran Turismo 7 has more this like approachable style that it wants to really get everyone on board, and this is something that I also really like about Gran Turismo, that basically kids can play it. It has a lot of helpers and assists and systems that help you learn the game. That's very important to have Gran Turismo, and also Formula 1 for instance, like F1 25, to have these kind of games as an entry point. And then people, if they want to make the next step, they either buy a PC or they first try something like ACC or PMR or Rennsport on the console. And ideally, those games would not offer a frustrating experience then, but would be super nice products. And then we would get more people into sim racing even. So I think this path of creating the next sim racing generation is so important for us, guys. Otherwise, we will be on our own at some point. We will be old men. Yeah, so yeah, let's pick this car. It has the overtake colors, kind of. Oh, 24 people registered. Let's hope this one will work. Yeah, me as well. Like F1 2010 was my entry point that got me back into R Factor back then and R Factor 2. Yeah, we are already a lot of old men. That's the problem. And to have sim racing survive the next decades, we need some fresh sim racers. So if you have kids, get them into sim racing early. Yeah, ACC I think is very dependent on the hardware you're using, the steering wheel. Some are not that well tuned, I found when I tested different brands like Moza on Xbox and Fanatec. But I believe the Club Sport DD Plus and the CSL DD, like the Fanatec stuff, I think is pretty good with ACC. And I found the Moza R3, the Xbox compatible one. I found that quite good with ACC on Xbox. Tested that back then. Yeah, GT7 same, like very dependent on the wheel you're using. I never really liked it with the T598, even though they have done a lot of patches since then, but I always preferred the Fanatec feel in GT7. The Logitech G Pro is fantastic with Gran Turismo, for example. It feels really good. But I think by far the best wheel for Gran Turismo is the DD Plus, the 15 Newton meter. That changes the game completely. Like, I was blown away when I tested this wheelbase back then, and it felt like a different game, honestly. So you had more feel for the tires and for the steering. Yeah, indeed, yeah. Logitech Pro is really, really good. It's in general a really, really good wheelbase. Also on PC. It's a little hidden champion. It just lacks a bit of ecosystem. But I think in the meanwhile they also have a quick release. We have 4 minutes 30. Hey guys, the session works. Nice. So the GT4 and the Mazda race seem to work at this point. And the FPS are jumping immediately. Like, I have 20 FPS more in multiplayer than with AI. Interesting. Oh. People thought it would be the normal Sebring. Just 2 Miatas already in the dust. Did you know that Miata, I just learned that last week or so, the term Miata for the Mazda MX-5 is actually an old German word. It means something like gift. Or like you earn something. That is a very old German word, but there's no modern word that kind of reflects this. Oh, he's serious. He's warming up the tires already. Probably he knows what he's doing. Oh, there's a part on the rope. Oh. Tricky corner. Yeah, this car will teach you a lot about driving dynamics and physics. Short wheelbase, that means you have to be super careful when entering those fast corners, like here. Shift down very slowly and gradually, because if you... Yeah, it's better to just... That invalidated. Oh! We hit us. Because if you shift down too quickly, you will imbalance the car. Because the rear wheels will lock. Yeah, this car seemingly likes a slower steering input. Oh, get it out of my way. You can, by the way, also adjust the mirrors in PMR, so you can set the pitch and yaw angle for all the mirrors. Okay, and now the tires are way better than in the first lap. So we have one more shot. Yeah, PMR is Project Motor Racing indeed. Have you seen their announcement trailer? It actually has the Project Cars music in it. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, shit. I'm just not familiar with this. It's the only corner I don't know here. Because I'm usually driving the normal Sebring. Hilarious how late you brake here. The curbs are quite pulley. So can we get another one? I want one more lap. 40 seconds, can we make it? I think yes. Oh my goodness, man. 26 Miatas on this track. Really pure chaos. Yeah, the cool thing about the Miata is the line and the braking points are pretty much reminiscent of what you will later experience in GT4, GT3, etc. Just everything happens way slower, so it's the perfect learner's car. And it will also teach you this awareness of your inputs. Lovely class, really. Okay, we got it right now. This is our final shot at the qualifying lap, using all the track here. Oh! The steering force. Crazy. It's surprisingly hard, like how it pulls the wheel. No, it doesn't. Q713, it doesn't. Not native triples. You could stretch it probably with NVIDIA Surround, but it would look stretched and it will not be great. And the performance will be... yeah, you probably need two 5030s to run that. Using the rear. Okay, on throttle. Let's see where we end up. Like, in this race I definitely not want to be in the... one of the back runners. Oh, pole! Wow. Look at us. But only 9 people out of 26 managed to get a lap time at all. Okay. Good. Yeah, I can imagine that LMU can get boring for some people quite quickly. I mean, you still have LMP3, LMP2, Hypercar, and GT3 and GTE, so it's not only GT3 and Hypercar. So it's a little bit more than this. Especially the GTE sometimes is really nice. I think they have one series running where you can also drive GTE versus LMP2 or something. And then I would count the unrestricted LMP2 also as a different car class, because this is super nice. Oh, the FFB is good enough. So this is one of the areas where they do not lag so much, like the FFB and the general feel now for the cars that they reworked. I mean, some of the older classes were already pretty good. I really enjoyed, even with 1.0, I enjoyed a bunch of cars already. Like the GTO. Yeah, but it's always the question of also a limited scope of content is sometimes sufficient to people because they don't have to learn so many combinations. LMU has a pretty focused roster right now. It's good enough, I think. My start was not ideal. Apparently. You just see the seat. Yeah, wow. It was not my fault, bro. The next one. Well, the netcode looked a bit quirky. Don't know why he completely lost his car there. evening. Hello, bus crews. It's like an eye tracker almost, like using these flappy pedals here. Okay, dangerous territory. On throttle, let's go. Excellent. This is auto ranked, yes. It's the official MX-5 Cup race. Keep it on the inside and then... Oh, there was a barrier in the middle of the track. Oh, an advertisement banner. Why are the curbs pulling my front end so much? Wow. Yeah, the curbs are pulling the car like crazy. This could happen if you run some more camber in the front and the tire really locks into the curb. But that's something I haven't felt in any sim yet, how this happened here. Yeah, they are doing a lot of updates. They are putting many hours of work into this sim to kind of get the redemption arc done. And I can respect that, of course. So there are many people working week after week to bring this product to a state that is more enjoyable for everyone. But I think this is absolutely the unique selling point right now, is this multi-platform or this cross-platform racing, ranked racing cross-platform. I mean, yeah, Rennsport has it as well, but I think we are all aligned that the amount of content and variety is miles ahead in Project Motor Racing. Rennsport maybe has some less problems under the hood and for the whole technical state of the game, especially on PC, but yeah, variety and combinations, I think PMR is a more interesting game, a sim. It's like also the Sebring scan is definitely that you have a lot of the bumps and a lot of little hits that you get on the steering wheel. The road surface, the road texture feels very good here. I think Rennsport is also about to get Sebring. They teased it already. Yeah, see you, Alfonso. And hello, Skeets here. Oh, we are lapping the first car. Yeah, I agree, Skeetsteer. Like, especially the PC folks, there are so many options, so many great options right now. There's not really a lot of reasons to buy Project Motor Racing right now. Even in the state now with 2.0, things got better, yes, but it's not enough for me to recommend it for PC users. The only use case that I can imagine is your friend has Project Motor Racing on PS5 and you want to race together. Then you could very well buy it and go into custom lobbies and stuff once they work more stable. At least we had a pretty good result here today with our 2 attempts. I mean 3 attempts. 1 dropped us from the session and 2 worked so far, so at least there's that. Yeah, people seem to struggle, yeah? A little bit. Okay, I got it now. I wish we would be able to see the connection of the other drivers, like a connection graph of some sort, to know that maybe, oh, the next guy has a super bad connection or a super bad ping to me. Maybe I shouldn't commit too much going into the corners and stuff in the battles. Okay, final lap. But I remember we had many examples of racing online in games in the past on the first day of a major patch, and shit was going down the bin. So at least we have working races and working lobbies. That's already achievement unlocked for Project Motor Racing. Could have been worse. Like they didn't have to restart the servers or anything like that, so fingers crossed. Netcode is still better than iRacing. Wow. I don't know. I don't know about that. We didn't have too much of a close racing yet, like door-to-door racing and stuff. So I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you always have to consider, even with iRacing, yeah, you are racing people on the other side of the planet. I mean, that this is possible even is an achievement by itself. Racing people from Australia, from Americas and whatnot. Yeah, Zoinks, I mean, the graphics are, of course, debatable. The game has its moments where it can look really good. I can show my graphics settings in a second. It's pretty much on Ultra, even without DLSS, because DLSS does nothing for me, because the game has a CPU bottleneck, so it won't extract any FPS for me. Yeah, that was an easy win indeed. Which is nice. That was my second ranked MX-5 race now, so I should have a division now for MX-5s. Let's see how many points this win gave us then. Yeah, this is a bit nerve-wracking, having to wait now. So the car... Oh. How did he spun? Wasn't his AI driver driving for him? Or was this still the guy being in the actual race? So you now have to watch the car going back to the pits. Oh no. But this is... Like, this screen for me is pretty nice to see all the different flags, all the different people here racing united, and no matter where you come from, we all have the same passion. And isn't this beautiful? Like, I don't even know some of the flags. Where's this guy in second place from? Is this Cyprus or something? I don't know. Spain, Italy, Argentina, UK, France, Russia's here. What is it? Romania? The guy in 10, I don't know. What is this flag in 10? And 12, I'm not too sure either. Is this Montenegro maybe? I have no idea. Serbia, Montenegro? I don't know. I don't want to say something wrong in terms of national flags, because this can be pretty harsh for people, I guess, if you don't know the country flag even. But yeah. Cool to see this international field here. And then basically almost everyone is on console except 4 people. The top 3 are all on PC. So the console people will think like, yeah, shit. PC Master Race. Or is this Mauritania or something? Like the guy in P2? I don't know. It's a cool flag, though. It looks like a country where it has a sun in it, and it has blue. Maybe it's the ocean. White is the beach. So maybe it's a country in a nice vacation area. Okay, I can now save the replay at least, so we can rewatch that if we want to. Does that work? Uruguay. Okay, okay, okay. Indonesia? I don't think it's Indonesia. Yeah, we won our first ranked online race. Achievement unlocked. Wow. And the GT4 Pro Cup is up again. Should we commit that again? Make up for our results? Actually, it didn't count our results. We had one GT4 race and it didn't count. If I go into the stats, it also didn't count this race. Yeah, it didn't count my race yet. If I go back now. 5 is Ruger, okay. I think we should do the GT4 race once more in a different car. Well, it's a bit sad that it didn't score my points. Probably there are some server issues, and the races are not counted. That would be a bit sad. Also, the C letter, like the switching between. Ah, okay, so it. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, let's do GT4 again in 3 minutes. What car do you want, guys? Alpine, Aston Martin, Audi, BMW, Camaro, Mustang, AMG, Nissan, Porsche, or Supra? We had the Supra. Let's rule out the Supra for now. What do you guys want to see? I vote for the Nissan, actually, because it's so unique. But we also have Porsche, AMG, Ford, Chevrolet, BMW, Audi. The usual cars that we know from other titles as well. Maybe it's nice to choose the Nissan, but the first to write something? No, Skizia, we had the Supra. Sorry. I drove the Supra in the last one. In the first race of today, so I wanted to drive everything but the Supra. Alpine. Okay, it's the Alpine. The Data X Pilot was the first one. And Ponti as well. So yeah, it's the Alpine, clearly. Yeah, you see the data of the car, right? 1,160 kilograms. It's super light. 1.8 liter turbo. Let's go. 2 minutes. You know what? I'm back in a second with this GT4 race. I'll get a quick snack to get some energy. Oh, Porsche's meta. I didn't know that. I'm right on time. You say the Porsche is a bullet, yeah? It's the meta card. Let's see, like lap times as well. We have 33 people, so we might end up in a bigger group again. And like technically, it should create 2 splits with 18 cars now, right? And we'll see how it works. Zoinks, honestly, no. Not the biggest Forza Motorsport fan. It has its moments, and they reworked also a lot of stuff and had a lot of patches, but it's also a game that will not receive a lot of support anymore going forward, right? They are only really maintaining the game, and then it will disappear in a few years, and then that's it. I think they are now fully committed towards Forza Horizon. Wait a second, where's my glove? Oh no. It happened again. That's not cool. Yeah, so the servers still seem to have some hiccups. It's not too great. So now we have 13 minutes until the next one starts. Well, then I will try Porsche again, the race that we didn't get. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's get a few test laps with the Porsche then before we go into this lobby. Northampton International Porsche Cup, and 13 minutes, so it's basically 40, yeah, five past 7 for me then. It is, okay. Okay, let's go single player then. And get a little bit of practice and hope that the race will work then this time. But yeah, let's see, Porsche Cup. Where are you? Ah, wait, there's more. So the GT500 pack has more. Okay. We only saw the others last time. We saw the modern GT500, but they also have a classic class from the early 2000s. Oh, I wish they had the Subaru. The Hawkeye GT500 car. That was so cool. Or was it the GT300 car? But this here is probably one of the greatest cars of all time. I mean, oh, beautiful. This hood scoop and everything. It's wonderful. Okay. But this is not out yet. It will be released in end of March, 31st of March, I believe. Let's get this car and the Northampton variant that we're going to race. It's this one. International it is, yeah. Let's go. I'm not using a Fanatec. No, I don't have new Fanatec settings for PMR specifically. I saw a little bit of Sebring 12 hours, but not too much. I just have to look for my second glove. It's somehow gone. Where are you? Found it. Something that people already thought about. Other politics, but the sound, engine sounds, really rough. I want to show you something that I also really like. You can see now the rear view mirror. And you can actually go to cockpit. That's my microphone. Hello. Yeah, microphone's better now. You can actually go to cockpit setup and then go to the mirror settings. So you can change the center mirror. Where is it? Here, yeah. Center mirror. Where it's heading, like, it's pretty cool, actually. Similar to iRacing, actually. Yeah, it's just a bit weird that you can't see the mirror now, which doesn't really help. So if I just check again now, yeah, it's better already. Cool. That's nice. I think the right mirror is not... Or maybe it's working as well. Yeah, let's get a few laps. Should be better now, the voice. I saw it immediately when it happened. That's my preamp that is sometimes buggy, messy. Okay, tires are very cold. Oh, I remember this combination. I think Race Room also has this short variant, this international variant. I am in the Porsche race in 9 minutes, yes, Trev can. Or I will join this race then, because I'm right now practicing against AI. But yeah, this is exactly the race that I want to jump into. But I really have to learn this variant of the track first. I can already tell you that this car loves trail braking, and it also doesn't like 100% brake pressure. It slows down more efficiently when you really trail brake a little bit and start braking maybe with 80 or 90%. Even though it has ABS, but still. Oh, this is such a playful and... Wow, this is so active, this car. Wow. Wow, this is nice to play with. Really good. Yeah, this is also completely reworked. It feels like a different game actually. It's so good. It's much more active than the car in iRacing. It's way more responsive and drifts a lot more, or slides a lot more. It's tricky, especially on this track. Like, lifting the throttle completely changes direction of the front end. Wow. And then right in that moment where you would lose it, the TC comes in. That's actually really nicely modeled. And also all the elevation changes have such an impact on the car's balance. Nice. Really, really good. Yeah, it's a little about patience and waiting for the right moment to... Ooh, yeah, invalidated. To hit the throttle. Maybe a little bit floaty sometimes when you turn in. Could be a bit more planted, but maybe something that you can get under control with a setup. I'm running complete standard, obviously. I think also that's what most people would do. So we are on the same page. Such a blind corner here. You just don't know where it goes if you don't know the track. But you can see my braking. I barely ever brake at 100% here in this car. It's much more stable with like 80 to 90. And you can use this little curbstone to give the car a little bit more rotation. That's so cool. Yeah, this is by far the best car right now. Can't believe how much fun this is. Whoa! Also here, like how it settles beautifully. After the crest, like you feel the rear getting low, and then it grips, and then it goes. Wow. Okay, 4 minutes. Yeah, braking in a straight line is definitely important. Oh, 1.14. I'm getting at your lap time though. Give me a little bit more time and then I'm there. It was not ideal, too much rotation. That was a good exit. Yeah, 1.4.3 Travcan. I will try to achieve that as well. Just after this lap I have to get to the multiplayer session. But I'm almost there. This will be invalidated. Oh no. But it would have already been a 1.4 sec 6. Yeah, we have to go to the online lobby. The FFB settings, yeah, they are here. Like you go settings, controls, then you go to your steering wheel, and then you go input device settings. It's a little bit hidden actually, yeah, but you see it here. Input device settings, and then you are in the FFB menu. Yeah, probably not ideal. True. If I should show you this again, let me know. Hope you've seen that. Oh yeah, Rudy. Let me know how you liked it then when you tried it again. Okay, let's quickly jump into that one. You don't mean you don't mean those. Okay. Okay, let's join this. 28 registered. Oh, Porsche Cup seems to be way more in the favor of people than the Mazda. Oh, it looks like Coney a little bit. Beautiful blue. Let's choose that one. Ah, car FFB settings. Yeah, they are in the setup. You can increase things like steering, force, and the force feedback value and all of that. That's in the car's setup, actually. Yep. Indeed. The equalizer, yeah. Just change the lighting a little bit. The green was a little bit annoying when it got darker outside. Yeah, it just didn't count my races. That's a bit annoying. You see my my global ranking still hasn't changed, even though I finished 3 races today, or only two. We weren't so lucky actually. We only really finished 1 GT4 and 1 Mazda race, and they didn't count. It's a bit sad. Yeah, but I mean, issues are to be expected on the patch day. Like every MMO player knows that. Never play on patch day or release day. Automobilista 2 is a very good comparison. It's based like the engine is based, or the game is based on the previous work of that studio that made Project Motor Racing. So Project Cars 2 shares the same Madness technology. It's like the Madness engine of Project Cars 2. And Razer Studios is a previous modding team. They made R Factor mods in the like 2010 years. They released Formula Truck and the first Automobilista that is based on R Factor or Easy Motor. And then they picked up this tech from Project Cars 2 and licensed the engine. And Automobilista 2 is a really, really great game, also well optimized. Like it's the best looking game compared to what kind of system you need for it to run it smoothly. So Automobilista 2 is an absolute gem, especially if you like also classic motorsport and classic Formula 1 and stuff. So let's hope that it works. But it looks good, actually. Ah, no, disconnected again. Yeah, okay. So Project Motor Racing still seems to have some trouble with their servers. So we are not getting another race, it seems. Actually, it seems like, yeah, also GT4 didn't work. It doesn't count the races. I think that at this point it's a bit pointless to keep racing. Let me know if you want to see something in single player, particular track, particular car that we should test. If we should try to break the game in some way. Otherwise, I'd say we will repeat that maybe in a few days when it's more stable. Because I think the overall experience can be quite enjoyable. So the racing we had some very good moments here. You want to see some classic race, yeah? Let's do that. I mean, like a little, how we call in Germany, Absacker, to get out of the stream. Let me know. Like we can check the car classes and what you want to see. Then let's start from the very beginning. Then group 5. I don't have the DLC actually. Oops. That's not so cool. Otherwise, I would have driven this. But what I can really recommend is the GTO class in general. I like this Mazda RX-7. Oh, why is there in this the Porsche Cup now? Okay, now it loaded the correct car. Yeah, let me know what you want to see. Like we could go GTO, or maybe I don't even have the GTE class. There are way too many DLCs that I don't have, and there are way too many DLCs in general. That's the classic GT class. These cars are also in Automobilista 2, for example. The GT1s of the early 2000s. Then we have this GT. Why is the Porsche sometimes popping in? This could be a nice class to try out. GT1. Like the late 90s GT1. Oh, the Toyota GT1. I've never driven that, I think. Yeah, should we try that, Kevin? GT1, or what do you want to see? Yeah, the menu now is very classic racing game. Like, what's cool is that they also have descriptions now here for the cars. So Toyota's most extreme late 90s bid for the Le Mans glory, built around a carbon fiber chassis with a twin-turbo V8 derived from its Group C program, the GT1 delivered blistering pace, taking pole in 1999. Late race misfortune denied victory, but it remains a symbol of the no-limits era before modern restrictions reshaped the sport. It's cool that they give you these little summaries of the car's history. That's quite nice. And then we have also Group C, of course. The era before the GT1 times. This is actually nice in Nissan. Oh, of course, I mean the Mazda. The 1990 winner car. But then maybe we can try... Maybe we can try the GT1 class. I haven't driven those too much. Like, let's drive the Toyota GT1. They are all red. Just different numbers. This update is also on consoles, yeah, because they have this approach of cross-play, so it always has to be at the same time, yeah, so Yeah, let's try this. Let's go on Spa. That's the classic choice basically. Let's see how it feels here. Let's make it autumn. Look, let's see how autumn in Spa looks like. Like a nice late September race, maybe 5 p.m. It should look kind of good, hopefully. But yeah, I was hopeful with the first attempt that we had today with the GT4 race that it runs a bit more smoothly, but I think it's now getting more load and more load as people, finish their work. They're getting to their consoles, to their PCs, going into the online racing, and Americans waking up and such. So yeah, probably the server has a bit too much load now. And it didn't even count the results. And then I think we saw a good amount of online racing. I wanted a bit more, but if it's not happening, it's not happening. Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting steering wheel. It's like a little butterfly mini steering wheel. Cool. That's like proper 90s charm, really. Like the Formula One cars basically back then. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Okay. Another gripe I have with PMR is that they do not manage to center all the cockpits, really. That's something that really bugs me. Wow. If the car is not really centered, so, but you can gladly change it on your own. Like now, I have a measurement with my little DDU here, so now it's in the center. But this is something I do with every car when I drive it for the first time, like adjusting the seating position. Let's check it from the outside as well. It's like really flow formed properly to make it aerodynamic. Some impressive stuff. I saw this car in person actually. It's displayed at the Cologne Toyota plant. So Toyota Germany or Toyota Europe has their headquarters in Cologne, actually, and they have a public collection there, public opening, where you can go there every first Saturday of a month. I didn't know it has a little bird in the engine bay. Yeah, the AI has trouble here on the on the pit exit. Holy moly. I'm super cautious here for the Radillon. The windshield is really compromising the bright colors here. So it looks way more vibrant if you don't have the windshield. I mean, look the difference now. It's almost like a filter that takes away all the color. Yeah, they also reworked how the turbochargers and boost works, I found. It's mentioned in the patch notes at least. As I haven't really driven all of the cars to a certain extent with the previous version, I can't really judge if it's that much different. But at least the car feels quite responsive, like. The throttle is also reworked on some of the historic classes. I don't know if this class was also already touched, but I think for GTO, Group 5, and Group C, I think they reworked a lot of the throttle application. And yeah, I mean, if you have questions, I mean, we live in Germany. I live close to the Nordschleife. So if you want to know something specific, just let us know. We are basically based in Cologne with Overtake, so We also always welcome, happy to welcome people. We will also have this year, like if you want to travel maybe to Cologne or Nordschleife or whatever, August would be a great opportunity because there's Gamescom. And I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of stuff around Gamescom as well this year. That touches on sim racing as well, like Mosa and all the others. There's more and more sim racing every year. So, and we will have our office community event with free drinks and snacks and hang out together just the day before the Gamescom opens. This will very likely happen again this year. I don't want to 100% confirm this yet, but it will 99% happen again. The big overtake community event, but you will see it on the website once it goes live, and you can buy a ticket for free. Then that's the best opportunity to visit our headquarters. Yeah, I can try the custom online lobbies. Actually, you're right. It's very cool to drive, actually. Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah, let's go to the custom lobbies. Let's see if we can join somewhere there. Automated car wash. Yeah, we have quite a few. Like Mr. Wash is a massive automated car wash park, so to speak. Yeah, let's try that. I heard from some people in the chat today that the custom lobbies are often crashing, but we have a Sebring 964 trophy, and we have Spa with GT3s. That's the classic one. Let's join this one because there are already a few people in there. Sebring 964 trophy. Okay, it seems to start. Already up. They were just waiting for me. Some of our French friends here. Let's see how this lobby works. Damage is off. That's good. And you can seemingly also turn on and off mods, which is interesting. Man, this reminds me so much of the old Project Cars 2 lobby system. When the countdown is already running, but then more people are joining and the countdown resets. It's the exact same thing. Yeah, if you see this server, join us. I think Sentinel just joined, right? Yeah, Sentinel 411. Just joined the lobby, nice. He was just in the chat and now he's already here. So penalties are on, but damage is off. And crossplay you can also turn off. So if you want to have only a PlayStation lobby. But again, I'm one of the only PC drivers here. Again, it's interesting. Many people on console. Yeah, let's try. And the countdown keeps resetting. Just start. Can I still change my livery? I don't want to try now, otherwise the countdown gets reset again. But hey, at least we have now, 9 people here. Should make for a good race. We have 5 minutes quali and 5 laps in spring. Shaolin in USA. Okay. West Coast, East Coast, or right in the middle? Okay, here we go. Let's see if that works. There was one of my favorite cars in 1.0, actually, this classic Porsche 964. Okay, it seems to work for now. Okay, this is the full Sebring. I need to change the view, technically, or let's drive like this now. it's a whole... no, it's also the short variant that we had. Oh no, it's a different version even. It's the third variant of Sebring. No wait, it's the normal track. I'm a bit confused, sorry. Let's see what kind of brake pressure. Probably not, because it does not have ABS even. No, not 100%. It will lock. Yeah, this car has no assist, so you will never brake 100%. You could probably, from a very high speed straight, you could probably just hit 100% shortly and then trail brake down. As I think that you should be very sensitive here. Oh! No, it's not the full... What is this? I don't know this variant, actually. Okay, so it's like... broken up here at this straight. Interesting. I wonder why not more games utilizing these cool layouts here at Sebring. It's... Ah, okay, now we are here. Okay. Never ever driven this. Yeah, that's the interesting question now. If you could still join when it's already running. Probably not. Or maybe you can as a spectator. I don't know. Okay, just reminding myself of this corner. Where's the start-finish straight then, by the way? Because we are completely skipping it. Yeah, on Steam it has not too many players. On console it seems to be a bit more. Like, there was an observation during our multiplayer sessions here today. It's only like 15 to 20% PC users. And majority of the players are on console here. Okay, final lap. That was way too late. But I'm second. At least got one valid lap. Let's use all the time here that we have for the practice. Yeah, I have to get used to this corner. I have so much muscle memory with the complete track that really tricks me into mistakes. But it's a very good variant for these sorts of cars that are a bit slower. It's in general super interesting how this track works with basically every car class. Like, Sebring is fun in any car, like no matter if it's hypercar or something like an MX-5 or an old Porsche, it's always great. I really want to drive here one day in real life. Force feedback is really good. I don't have a lot of complaints with force feedback here. Sometimes though, when you lose grip, like if you like oversteer, the force feedback disconnects for a moment, as if you don't have any connection to the steering shaft anymore. That's something I experienced a few times, but it also only happens if you overdrive or if you yeah, spin or something, or if you're already in a drift or something. So I guess it would be super annoying if you would actually try to drift. That might be a bug still with this, like, because the force feedback in Project Motor Racing, that's something I also learned a few weeks ago, is based completely off the steering shaft. So their approach was really to have it as realistic as possible, and therefore they don't give you any information of the tires and whatnot. I think they just slowly started to implement a few more effects and such with the new tire model, but not quite sure on that. But the main forces that you get into your wheelbase are really from the steering shaft of the car. And when you start driving some more cars in real life, you will actually notice that the force feedback in a real car is sometimes also really dull, as you don't feel too much sometimes, depending on the tire and suspension combination on the car. But yeah. Yeah, I really have to say, like, after testing the last 2 or 3 days then for the video that we did today, I was definitely more negative than after trying the multiplayer now. Because jumping on track with your friends that own a console is just something very unique that I really like. You're looking for a haptic device. Oh, difficult. On Xbox? Yeah, you mean like haptics for brake feel and stuff? I don't even know if you get a lot of telemetry. I know that Gran Turismo even supports SimHub because it communicates the telemetry or a few telemetry points. So we're now in a custom lobby, not in a ranked race. Everyone's messed up the corner. Best shaker for the brakes. Ooh, I don't think so for Xbox actually. Might be wrong. But I think that's not something that you get out of the games. I hope we don't not get a... Okay, just a warning. Great. Oh my goodness me, if you rule out the bad AI of the game and you actually have someone to race against, it suddenly starts to become a super enjoyable experience. Oh. Yeah, like I said, Gran Turismo even has Coach Dave Academy and all of that, so that works, so you get data. You can even use dashboards and stuff for Gran Turismo. Okay, now he's... Did he have track limits or is he just waiting to have a good race? I don't know. Oh, it's... steer. Oh. Oh my goodness me, I have to wait, Didn't really see him. He's gone. Shit. Sorry. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, the braking in this car is the crucial part. It can lock up very easily. Ooh, yeah. Rear engine can be quite tricky. Once it starts to oversteer, it can get hard to catch it because of the weight distribution. I mean, this car has, I'd say, 70% of the weight at the rear of the car. So you have to really think about what is the engine and weight configuration and the balance of the car that you're driving. That's an advice that I want to give you. Yeah, I mean, it can be a laptop, right? It doesn't have to be a fully fledged PC. And some of the dashboard stuff also runs on smartphones, actually. I think you could also use a tablet or a laptop then in that case. Yeah, this corner, that's the car dance a lot. Yeah, this car is also still among the best ones. It was already quite enjoyable when the game launched. Sounds nice. Driving that with a... like, I would have to change my setup slightly here to run it properly with clutch and shifter and all of that. I think then it's even better. Because what I'm doing right now is a bit ridiculous, like driving it with shift pedals, with auto clutch and a formula wheel, or prototype wheel. It's not so cool, not so immersive. But you also can't change the wheel for every car every time. Yeah, very lively as well, this one. Yeah, this corner is the most tricky. It's also cool that we also had, like, this is the first time I think on Overtake that I remember that we had a guy that watched our stream, joined us on PlayStation or whatever, wherever he is. I think he's on PlayStation or Xbox Sentinel. The guy in P4. He actually came here through the stream and we are racing together. I mean, that's something very unique that only happens in these games that have the crossplay. One guy sitting in his multiple €1,000 Simric, eventually racing against someone that sits on the couch with a controller. It's wonderful. Oh, that's done. Yeah, I played around with this. I don't like this boost thing because it only adds more weight to the steering, and I prefer a reactive, loose steering, kinda. So Leo, you want to see the Lister Storm? I know that console players have wheels, man. I know. Renato, haven't you commented on the video as well today? Like, I'm not accusing any console player that they are all on gamepads. But I know in the reality that also a lot of people in our community don't have wheels and they are racing on the controller, because we get this question every single time. Hey, does it also feel good on the controller? And actually there are many super skilled, high skilled controller drivers that are even faster than the wheel guys, so that's that. Yeah, Sentinel, that was good, right? Sentinel, what setup are you on? Like wheel, PlayStation, Xbox? What are you using? Yeah, I can't complain about the road detail. There's a lot actually happening, especially here on Sebring. I get a lot of road feel already, so I don't need to boost anything, I feel like. Okay, so the lobby remains like this. Good. Let's go back. Let's see if we can catch the timing, if there's any ranked race just starting. Not really, but someone wanted to see the... Yeah, let's see if there's more lobbies. I can open my own lobby now. Maybe people are there who want to join me. So let's see how it works when you create your own server. Backspace, okay. Let's go the Lister Storm class. It's here, yeah, GT. So let's go Lister Storm. We do qualifying and race. Yeah, 5 laps, 5 minutes. All good. 10 players max. We will not reach 30. I make 50. 15. Use mods off. Crossplay on. No password. Confirm. And then we go, maybe Zolder. Zolder is a nice combo for this. So let's see if we get people joining us. PS5 with Fanatec DD, okay. Nice one, yeah. How is the update on PS5 though? Does it run well? Like, does it feel like 60 FPS, or is normal PS5 or PS5 Pro? Martin, good that you ask, because I made a video on exactly that. Simracing PC. Currently it's super expensive because the RAM prices are crazy and graphics cards and all of that. So like a proper future-ready simracing PC, I'd say you get one for like 2,500 onwards, US dollars or euros. If you just want, maybe if you compromise a little bit, if you have like just 1080p or just one monitor with 1440p, you can get away with much less. Probably the best choice right now would be to get a used market PC from someone that updated his or whatever. Normal one runs smoother, but you don't think it's full 60 FPS, okay. Yeah, I think 60 FPS is a must for racing. Can people only choose the Lister Storm now? No, it's the class, right? People can also take other cars? Should be possible. Okay, we got 4 people. Let's wait for maybe 5, 6, 7 and then get a final run here for today. Damage is on now. Yeah, I tried the NGTs. They are okay. They are not crazy good. I think there are still better classes actually than NGT. But I also only tried the Gillette Vertigo and the Viper. Already up. Let's get this started. Look, it's all the guys that are watching. Also, Trevken is here now from the UK. He was in the chat as well. Nice. And Renato is also in. How cool is that? Let's go. A little live streamer race here. We'll not talk about the name of this guy though. That's not so cool. Yeah, also the NGT class is, I think, super interesting because you have so many different types of cars. Like the Vertigo, I think it's below 1,000 kilograms. It doesn't have any power. It's just a V6 with just a 2.4 liters or something. And it doesn't have power, but it's super light. And then you have like beasts like the M3 GTR and yeah, very, very different types of cars. Okay, Zolder in the GT class. Nice one. It's the last race for today. But hey, guys, especially like being able to race with you now is a lot of fun. So we should maybe repeat that in the next couple of days, maybe next week. Okay, let's just drive out of the pits. But I have to adjust my my view this time. This is a bit too close. Like on a single screen, I prefer to see a bit more left and right. Especially in the battles, it's better to see also what's happening around you. The cockpit is quite centered though, which is nice. Okay, let's go. Ah, see, okay. That's, to be honest, that's not the best nickname to have, but... Man, this car moves like a truck. Oh, it's right-hand drive. Something unusual for me. Yeah, the GT3 Cup car is the best for me now, actually. "90 FPS, that's good. Yeah, very short gearing. Oh, Sentinel gotta go. Okay, yeah. See you next time. It was fun racing you on Sebring at least. Thanks for watching. It's great fun. Wow. Sounds cool. Drives nicely. Just the A-pillar is blocking my vision off. That's not too fortunate. Yeah, the A-pillar is really blocking the apex for me. You can tell this is definitely one of the signature cars. And they put a lot of work into this to make it as nice as possible, and it's a really, really good driving experience. That was a decent lap. Let's see. Okay, final run. Already half a second shaved off. Oh, Soldier is also... Oh, invalidated. That's a bit sad. Oh, is there a sale? Game is down to $40, yeah? On Xbox. I didn't know that. And let me check if they also introduced the discount on Steam then. But probably not, right? Steam project. Oh, it's actually discounted now. Ah, okay, that's an information that we didn't get. It's 50% off on Steam. It's 30 euros, the base game, without the DLCs, though. The full with Season Pass and Group 5 and GTE. And I think also then GT500 is 64 euros or dollars probably. Okay, didn't know that. We didn't have this information that it will be in the Steam sale, because the Steam sale already started and Project Motor Racing was not in there. And now it actually is. That's a big move, actually. That's not too bad then. That's needed. I mean, if they wouldn't have done this, it would have been kind of questionable. But yeah, I mean, still, it's a game that only released a few months ago, and it's already half the price. That's also not really a good sign, but better than nothing, right? And I'd say just this multiplayer experience today, having a casual afternoon with your buddies, part being on the console, part being on the PC in their rigs, is something. That was super enjoyable so far. It's not a sponsored stream, no. We didn't have a single sponsored piece for Project Motor Racing. Okay, Trefgen in the Murcielago. Going a bit wide. I almost gone wide as well. Yeah, too late, too greedy. Yeah, YouTube is always a lot of compression and lower bitrate. I think I'm streaming at 15,000. So that's far away from what you would see on your screen. On-screen bitrate is comparable to like 100,000, and on YouTube you see 15,000, just to give you a perspective. Man, the driving characteristic of this is so cool. I don't know how a car can be so easy and so hard to drive at the same time. It's remarkable, like, it's easy to keep it alive, but hard to drive it correctly, or to drive it how it should be. It's really interesting. Like, it won't kill you, but it is also still super challenging. That's actually really nice. But you can see as you start controlling it more with the throttle, It's super active. Too far. This right-hand drive position is really something that I have to get used to. No, it's just a private lobby with the viewers of the stream, actually. We had already a race with 32 people. That was the first race of the live stream. Yeah, once this live stream will be up as a VOD, I will also add some chapter markers so you can just skip between the races and see what we did. The first GT4 race that we did ranked today was actually quite interesting. I mean, we started 7th and got crashed in T1. Too late. So for the final 2 laps we can finally hunt down Renato here. He's in Brazil, by the way. So that's a Brazilian account. So the ping situation would be quite interesting as I'm in Central Europe. But for me it's probably a bit better because I'm the client that hosts the race. It's quick. Yeah, the brakes are also... He's also having some lockups. That's the dangerous part. Oh, this corner. You have to be more on the right-hand side. No! I wanted too much now. I just wanted too much. I think we cooked our rear tires a bit now. Yeah, Martin, you too. We're also about to end after this one. He's waiting. One final attempt. Yeah, we should definitely repeat that. Yeah, very, very cool to be able to drive with you guys that are on console. I think that's where it's at right now, really, with PMR. That's where I have the most fun in multiplayer, in ranked and custom lobbies. I mean, if the ranked runs a bit more smooth in the upcoming days, hopefully. And this is its significant big plus on Project Motor Racing. Yeah, Trev, I had the same problem. Like, I overcommitted a little bit. I even managed to get the car stepping out of the rear, losing the rear in the final corner when I tried to chase Renato. But yeah, that was indeed fun. Yeah, good job, Renato. Pretty good pace. Wow, well done. I think let me actually check and double check and verify this. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me here in this lobby. That was a good test for the custom lobbies. You were the official first guys racing here on custom lobbies and, with the overtake crew. Quite cool. Thank you. Yeah, let me check that actually with the season pass. It should have also the GT500s. So if you buy the year one season pass, it has the group 5. It has okay. Yeah, it will have Japanese GT500. It will have the GT Legends pack that's coming in April to June with some more early 70s icons. And it will also include the V8 Power Pack and also the Endurance Racing expansion in December. So you should have everything that is released this year with more LMP1s and probably Le Mans. So yeah, it might be worth, but I would still wait. Like, that's not my recommendation to buy the season pass now, even though it's on discount now. But because yeah, I mean, fair enough, buy the base game if it's discounted for like 50%. It might be worth it. You can still refund if you don't like it, if you played for the first 2 hours, and on Steam at least. Yeah, you can still refund if you don't enjoy it after the first 2 hours. That's totally fair. So maybe give it a shot. But for the year one bundle, I would wait for a few more updates for stability and all of that. But if you have a good time, yeah, why not? But wouldn't recommend yet. Okay, but yeah, actually that stream changed a lot of my perspective on Project Motor Racing, actually, because that was genuine fun here in the multiplayer, and I will most definitely do more of this. But it didn't count the online races, no, neither the GT4 nor the MX-5, so it's probably kind of pointless to try more now. I'll wait. I give it another try tomorrow off stream and see if it works, and then maybe get another live stream maybe towards the weekend. And then we can do some more racing together. But yeah, keep an eye out for our Instagram. This is the place where we announce this kind of stuff. Our Discord is a good address as well. Our Discord is also down in the video description. And yeah, our website is generally a good place to be, so overtake.gg. Yeah, it's all down in the video description. Website, Instagram, Discord, and then you are pretty much safe. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, obviously, and turn on notifications here on YouTube. And like the stream if you enjoyed what we did here today. Yeah, we had a really, really good time. It was fun chatting with all of you guys. Racing with some of you guys. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Renato, we should repeat that. Definitely. Like, someone had the idea of a Nordschleife race and all of that, so we should definitely have a more planned out subscriber or viewer evening at some point. That would be cool. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night wherever you are, wherever you're watching from, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.